Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Voice of the Void. And oh boy, last time was a doozy, to say the least. Hope they do. Right, I just remember a thing that was. Right? What the. Oh, right, that's the safe. Why are the lights. All of my lights off? There you go. Yep, you're locked. Right then. Yeah. Right. Now where was I? Uh, right. Perfect. Perfect. Just gonna do a quick check. Nope. And ping. Right, Yankee. Gotcha. Alright. Just gotta double check I did everything. Yeah. Oh, gonna take the first of few naps. We're taking. She wrote this last time, but. Uh, Over a month later, finally write in my journal. Dun 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 dun. Okay, Delta Sierra uniform. Delta Sierra Uniform. Uniform, no, uniform. There we go. Yeah, wait, how much? Mike. Did I seriously forget what I called you? I still her for here. I forgot what I named her. Was it Caitlin? Kate? Did I name you Kate? Swear I'm not a bad parent. But I may have forgotten her name. It was Kate, right? Also, I'm gonna have to clean all that blood up. Oh, hey there. I'm just gonna go with Kate until my memory decides to help me out. Great. Use mouse wheel to unlock the safe. Am I supposed to hear something? It all sounds the same to me. Hmm. Well, I have no clue I'm gonna get you open. Though I do still have that pipe bomb. I have an insane idea. Why didn't you go up? There you go. Oh. Oh. Did it work? Nope. It in fact did not work at all. Well, um, huh. Yankee. Right. Don't need these. Be free! Oh! Be free! Anywho. Yankee, what's it? Before that though, I'm gonna have to take a nap. Oh. Anyway. Ah, here we go.
My apartment was exactly what you'd expect from a cop who spent more time at the precinct than at home. The wallpaper peeled at the corners like old scabs. The carpet was a mottled gray that might have been blue in another decade, and the persistent smell of mildew suggested the plumbing was older than the landlord cared to admit. It wasn't much, but it was my refuge from the chaos of New York City. My own run-down castle. One lethargic Sunday afternoon, as the city exhaled the heat from the relentless August sun, I stood on the fringes of my small bathroom, scrutinizing my reflection in the faded mirror. I needed to shave, my beard a rough map of the past stressful week. As I nudged the mirror to get a better angle,
Wait. Katie. Baby. Oh, come on. You know you can't. You know you can't swim. Oh, I thought you were over at Yankee being stuck there, but no, you were under the bridge. Just stay there. Be back for you later. Also, you can go into the river. Right then. Delta Sierra uniform. None are this way. Red. That's done. Yellow. You'll get to sleep once you've finished this, Dr. Kell. Okay, time to head on off to uniform. And then this will be done. The uniform is all the way across the map that way. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, a bit too fast, a bit too fast. I've almost completely forgot about the river. Oh damn. Right, this is where they this really plopped out of their stands. Huh. Oh yeah, that's that weird hut. Whatever happened with that? I remember hearing a weird, like, Half-Life 2 zombie scream, but I don't think anything came of it. Well, that's that. I see you, eyeballs. Whoa. There we go.
I wondered if they might be worth anything. The shopkeeper picked up the coin, his eyes narrowing as he examined it. Pre-war coins. Quite a nice find indeed. He tested each coin with a small magnifying glass, then looked up at me, curiosity sparking in his eyes. Not something you see every day. Where'd you say you found them? My grandfather's attic. He was a bit of a collector, I repeated, maintaining my facade of casual disinterest. After a few minutes of haggling, I walked out of the shop with a substantial amount of cash.
Ah, sleeping my day away.
Caution, the shopkeeper said, his voice low and urgent. Treasures of the past often come with a price. Be sure you're willing to pay it. Fueled by success, my visits to the station became more frequent. Each journey through the tunnel was a calculated risk, but the temptation of easy wealth was too strong to resist. I followed the rules meticulously, never making eye contact, never speaking to the spectral passengers, and always avoiding the conductor. My collection grew. Old bills, more coins, even a few historical trinkets small enough to fit in my pockets. But with the increasing visits, my behavior at work began to change. I was distracted, my thoughts constantly wandering to my next trip through the mirror. My colleagues took notice, especially when I started showing up with new watches and unexplained cash. Rumors started, whispers of evidence tampering, or worse. Rick Dalton, a fellow detective and supposed friend, confronted me one day in the locker room. "Hey, Johnny, you hitting the casino these nights? You got the look of the man who's found a gold mine." "Just some good luck on a few bets," I deflected, uncomfortable with the scrutiny. Rick raised an eyebrow, but didn't push further. The conversation, however, heightened my paranoia. I knew I needed to be more careful.
There we go.
The call of the coins, the whisper of the wind through the station, was irresistible.
A quick calibration.
Time to lay low for a while. I had enough stashed away to ease up, but as I turned to leave the station, I felt a chilling gaze on my back. Twisting around, I saw the conductor, standing far down the platform, staring directly at me. My heart skipped a beat. Had I been too greedy? I quickly averted my gaze and rushed to a platform with a train just starting to accelerate. Jumping in front of the approaching train, I braced for the now familiar jolt, only to awaken in my bed, sweating and shaken. The room felt colder, the shadows deeper, and as I clutched the Liberty Dollar, I realized I had crossed a line. The game was changing, and the rules might not protect me much longer. The precinct was bustling, the air thick with the usual I felt the weight of eyes on me as
I'm
I
gonna
passed
take a
through
hike up
depths.
to the alien camp. See how they're doing. The hell? Huh. Doesn't seem like much has changed. Just gonna take a bit of pictures. Huh. Well, anyway. I don't think I've actually ever explored this part of part of the park. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone up here. Oh. Yeah, this is the edge of the park, I believe. Yeah. Since I can't really climb over this fence. Yeah. Huh. Oof. Hmm. Isn't really anything out here. Except that. Whoop-de-doo. Ouch. Anyway, what the hell is this? It's almost like a froster. Ooh, chicken sandwich. Bleeding out. Huh. I think I remember being here once before. Don't really know what this little forest area is all about. Huh. Why the hell is there just a boot out here? Let's check in a little bit quick. In case I missed something down here.
Began to tear into the drywall, each strike a mix of hope and desperation. Dust and plaster flew around me as I dismantled the wall piece by piece, revealing not the eerie station or the dark attic. The reflection that stared back at me was a man broken.
There we go. Gotten the blood out of here.
Eyelids, the anger in the conductor's eyes, the spectral hands.
Oh no, not this. One times one is one. 0 times 1 is 0. Okay. This one's a bit easier. There we go.
I work at a gas station in rural Pennsylvania. It's a boring job, but it's pretty easy and it pays all right. A few weeks ago, this new guy started. I'll call him Jeremy. Jeremy is weird. He's about 25 or 26, and he hardly speaks. 2 weeks ago, my boss started noticing that we were short on motor oil. At first, it was a few containers at a time, then entire shelves and boxes from the back room. Pretty soon, entire shipments would be gone the day after we got them, and it would always be the day after. Camera tapes from every single night he worked, but he could never catch him in the act. Jeremy would lock up at closing, then the motor oil would be gone the next day. My boss usually takes the tapes home with him to try and catch Jeremy stealing, but his daughter had a softball game last night, so he asked me to watch the tape for him. He offered to pay me overtime, under the table, so obviously I took that offer. There are 3 cameras, so he gave me 3 different tapes to check. I figured it would be a long night, but I'm trying to save up for vacation, so I really needed the money. I took the tapes home, popped them in an old VCR, and sat back. 2 days ago, the last time he worked, Jeremy started at 4 p.m. Everything seemed pretty normal at first. He counted up his drawer, switched off with the girl who was working before him, and waited for a customer. The first person who came in was Mrs. Templeton. The timestamp on the video read 4:03, a regular.
Just gonna do my work.
She picked up her cigarettes and a newspaper and paid with a 20. Nothing unusual there. The next customer was some local guy named Ron. He drives a motorcycle, usually comes in every few days. He filled up his tank, got a bag of beef jerky, paid with his credit card, and left. Next was some guy with a cowboy hat. I had never seen him before, but we get plenty of strangers passing through, just like any gas station. He got $40 worth of diesel fuel, paid with a $100 bill, and went on his way. I sat back and sighed. The only thing more boring than doing this job is watching someone else do it. My boss's offer was enough to keep me watching, though, so I left the tape on.
Swear I'm hearing something.
Everything seemed pretty normal. I had a feeling that if Jeremy was stealing motor oil, he knew we were suspicious of him by now. I didn't expect him to be dumb enough to let us catch him on camera. Things stayed boring and routine until about 5 o'clock. At 5:03, Mrs. Templeton came back in. She must have forgotten something. But she didn't. She bought the same pack of cigarettes as before, and the same newspaper. She paid with another 20. That's odd, I thought, but then again, she's a little absent-minded. I thought Jeremy should have told her she already got her smokes, but it's not against the rules to sell somebody the same thing twice. That's when Ron came in again. He bought another tank of gas for his motorcycle again. I later checked the outdoor camera because I thought maybe he had another car he wanted to fill up, and got the same pack of beef jerky. He paid with his credit card again. No big deal. I figured this was just a weird coincidence. Mrs. Templeton is forgetful, and Ron probably owns more than one Harley. That's when the guy in the cowboy hat came back in. I felt a chill run down my spine. "Don't get diesel, don't get diesel," I found myself whispering to my empty living room. But he did. He got $40 worth of diesel fuel and paid with another $100 bill. Every move he made was identical to his first visit, right down to the way he scratched his nose before he walked out. Either this guy is rich, owns a lot of trucks, and just moved into town, or something really bizarre was happening. I kept watching. Every customer for the next hour was the same as before. Every single one. I was seriously freaked out. And then, at 6:03, Mrs. Templeton walked back in. She bought her cigarettes and newspaper again, and paid with another 20. I thought I was gonna lose it. I only watched another half hour before I started fast-forwarding through the rest. It was all the same. Every customer would come in at the exact same times, exactly 1 hour apart. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sneaky rat Jeremy had messed with the tapes. he had run a loop of the first hour of business over and over. That wasn't the case. There are windows around the cash register area that the camera covers, and I watched the sunlight fade as time ran on. Jeremy's routine didn't loop over. He swept, mopped, restocked, and did all his duties exactly how you would expect. But the same customers kept coming in. I was panicking at this point.
I'll be honest, I have
Something was
nothing really
seriously
special to
wrong
do.
with what I was seeing, and I had no explanation for it. I skipped ahead to when he locked up and walked out to his car.
That's...
He hadn't stolen anything, but I kept watching just to make sure. I fast-forwarded one last time to about midnight. At exactly 12:03, out of nowhere, Jeremy's face pops up on the camera. I don't mean he moved his head into view. I mean that one second the store was empty.
You know what?
and
I'm
the
just
next,
gonna
his
end it
face
here.
was all I could see.
This bit
He
of
wasn't
more
looking at
boring
the camera.
episode, but it's fine.
He was looking at me.
As always,
I was sure
I
of
hope
it.
you enjoyed.
I screamed
see you
and fumbled
guys
for the remote.
in the next one.
By the time I grabbed
Bye
it, he was gone.
bye.
Just as soon as he had left.